Yo, yo, yo. Asio maniji. Asio. What's going on, maniji? How are we feeling on this lovely, lovely morning, evening, depending on where you at? This is Dr. Chiefess Sunflower back with another live video. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and share this broadcast. It costs you nothing to share, okay? It costs you nothing to share. I don't charge for the knowledge. The only thing that you have to do is share, like, and comment. Shout out to all of my new followers on Twitch and on YouTube and Facebook. I am so close to my goal on YouTube. I am about 50 subscribers away from 1K. Y'all, it's been a journey. Okay? And on Twitch, I'm almost to 100. Yay! So, I still have a lot of growing to do, which is why I'm here tonight. Back for another episode of the Consistency Challenge. So go ahead and grab you something to drink. Tonight we aren't going to be 4 hours. Ooh, I'm running out of space. My computer is not good. This computer is running out of space. I keep getting these warnings. So hopefully, that doesn't interfere with our mission here for the Hood to Hooded podcast. Yeah, my day was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. How was your day? It was pretty crazy. Tonight we talking about the American dream is dead, child. The American dream is dead. It's dead, y'all. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead, my Niji. How y'all feel about that? The American dream is not really what they said it was. I'm sure y'all been watching the news and you see what's going on around the world. We're dealing with liars in Congress, liars in the White House, Trump around here cussing people out and stuff. What's up, Supreme Rising? They lying left and right around here, and it's just crazy. But yeah, the American dream is a trap. The 9 to 5 is a trap, and we have to think bigger, guys. That's what we're talking about. How to escape the matrix. So come on in the room. Welcome. Here at the Hood and Hood podcast, we break generational curses. We break cycles. And just advance to the next level. How y'all feeling today? Let me know where you watching from. We're gonna get started in a second. Let me know how y'all feeling. I am so close to 100 on Twitch. The only thing about Twitch is you have to have 3 people to be affiliate. You have to have 3 people talking at the same time. So my channel has a lot of ghost followers. People watch me, but they don't really talk, so that kind of hurts my channel. But eventually I find my tribe, like CB Kid, showing up, chilling out, chatting, and hanging out with the doctor. I am right now just trying to share the live, so we're gonna get started in a minute. But yeah, the 9 to 5 is definitely, it's becoming a trap, guys. I realized this when I was younger, the 9 to 5 being a trap, because I was so desperate to work my first job. I was so desperate. Okay, this music is not what we trying to hear. Let's just turn on my favorite song. Okay. So when I was 16, I thought that working was everything. Because I mean, I saw the grown people working. All they talked about is getting grown and paying bills. And it's like when you grown, the thing to do is to pay bills. That's what I thought. Like, not pay. Not, I don't know. Bills was just different back in the day. People's car insurance used to be like $30, $40. Now them mugs in the hundreds. Everything is just super, super high. So as a younger girl working, trying to get to the next level, I think my first salary, not salary, but hourly pay at McDonald's was like $4 and some change per hour. And that was when I was in high school. It was like $4 and some change an hour. So imagine how many hours you gotta work to really make. It was pretty much slavery. So I realized quickly, guys, that if I was going to survive in this life, I had to keep seeking a better opportunity. You got to keep seeking a better opportunity. I'm just trying to share my broadcast. You got to seek a better opportunity. Always. Never stop seeking a better opportunity. Like, never. No matter what you do. No matter what you do, man. Always seek a better opportunity. And that's the one trick that has propelled me to the next level in every situation, because I was always trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do, what I want to be, where I want to go, what type of life I want to have, what type of American dream I want to be in, because they sold that to you. They sell you the American dream and make you feel like the harder you work, the more your dreams come true. And in a sense that it is true, but you must be on the right path the right path that aligns with your purpose, right? So many times people stay stuck in the 9 to 5, especially nowadays, and the minimum wage has not gone up. It's $7.25. Granted, a lot of people make a little bit more than that, but still, in every state, it is not enough to have a basic standard of living. So there's a lot of suffering going on behind the scenes, a lot of paycheck to paycheck. And for me, I came from that type of environment where, you really got to get it out of the mud. You really got to get it out of the mud. I spelled that wrong. So I feel like the American dream is dead as hell. It's dead as hell, guys. So let me know how y'all feel about that before we dive in. But that's basically what we're getting into tonight. I'm just sharing this to a couple of places, and then we're going to get into it. So y'all tell me how you feel. Like, with everything going on in the economy, with y'all president and his new 27 piece, people are losing trust in the government. But I mean, what do you guys expect? They've been lying since they arrived, selling a dream that doesn't exist, trying to control a narrative that only helps one group of people. And that's what we dealing with here on Turtle Island as Niji. But baby, the Niji not having it. We not having it. Things are coming out left and right. It's just so much going on, guys. place. But the American dream is dead. It's dead. So many people afraid to buy houses, afraid to, travel. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? I'm going fast as I can to get this stuff shared. I be going on so late, man. But I have to keep going. I have to keep going. I can't give up. I can't quit. I'm finding my mojo, like doing something that is out of the comfort zone. But yeah. And the reason why I do this is because I know the American dream is pretty much a wrap. I mean, dentistry is always going to be around. Toothaches are always going to be around. So I feel like dentistry is a skill that I can carry with me until I am old and gray. If I'm lucky to be old and gray. But at the same time, I'm still not putting all of my eggs in one basket, if you feel me. Times are different. Everything is different. And I want to be in the know. In the building of a community. In the building of other assets than just the 9 to 5. So like I said, when I was a teenager, I realized quickly that the jobs that I was getting weren't helping me to get wealthy. Granted, when you come from poverty, you come from the hood, you don't really have access to the road maps and the paths that lead to wealth. You have to kind of make these things up and try your best and take well-educated guesses about what you should do next. And if you don't make the right decisions, if you do get pressured by other people who may be lazy, who may not care about the future, who, waste a lot of time, then you kind of get caught in the trap of just giving your time away for money. Giving your time away for money. And never really achieving the happiness that you definitely deserve. Like, don't feel like you don't deserve happiness. You do. It's just that your time is sold up with work, school, church, religion. I mean, your whole every minute is sold up, so you don't even have time to dream anymore. And many people feel like they don't have time to dream anymore, to breathe anymore. It's just all about fucking bills. That's all it's about. So tonight we want to just talk about how do we break the cycle of bill. Can you pay my bills? Can I pay my bills? How many bills? What a bill? How do we break this cycle of bills, paycheck to paycheck, and standing up for who you truly are and not being afraid of rejection, not being afraid of what people will say about you, and doing things that will get you to where you need to be a lot faster than the path that we are taking today. And that's what we're talking about here. Because people feel like they're not good enough. There is somebody who has a big purpose, and we need everyone to fulfill their purpose. We need all hands on deck with the Niji movement. We need all hands on deck when it comes to waking up, knowing who you are, and living your best life. Despite the fear, the propaganda that we all have been seeing on the news, on the media. Now y'all see how Trump said, oh, there's a ceasefire. They said it. And then he turned around and then the country's like, no, we didn't say that. This is what we're dealing with here. A bunch of fairy tale Congress people who sell you fairy tales, don't really tell you the truth. They tell you to look this way while they doing something that way. Meanwhile, playing in your face. This is what we're dealing with here, and the world is looking. the people in America are looking, and we just like, who put this incompetent system in place for somebody to be a dictator, but claim that they part of a political party when they're really doing dictatorship type shit. hmm So that's what we dealing with right now, and that's why the American dream is no longer what we thought it was growing up. It is a totally different beast. Nobody is want to go to work. Nobody want to work too hard. Everybody realizing, damn, these jobs don't give a damn. Somebody posted a video today about customer service and how the customer service now has went to shits. I see it when I go to the restaurants. It's rarely ever you find a good person, I'm not a good person, but a person who has excellent customer service skills. It's like they don't really care. They don't give a damn. They're like, I'm not making enough to even survive when I leave here, so I'm bringing this attitude to work because I'm not happy. People are just not happy. And how do we resolve this, my Niji? How do we resolve this issue? So as a teenager, I knew that I wanted to make money from a very young age. So 12, 13 years old, I was teaching myself how to braid hair. That's that Indian in me. That's that Niji in me. Learning how to do things, braiding hair, all of that. And 16, started working at McDonald's on my 16th birthday. That's how desperate I was to be an independent young lady. I wanted a car. I wanted to go to college. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be grown. Like, I wanted to have my own apartment. Like, I thought that this was living, you know? We've been bamboozled to think that this was living. Working really hard is living. So after a couple jobs, went from McDonald's. Where did I go after McDonald's? I think I got a job at Wendy's. I didn't like that. That was hard. And then I got a job at, where else? Maybe it was Krispy Kreme or something. The donut place. And then I went to a hotel, worked there, and I just was never truly satisfied. And the whole time after high school, I've always kept, well, in high school, after high school, I always managed to keep a job. Always. Sometimes more than one job. Always. So even in college, my college experience was work, school. So from high school, 10th, 11th grade, all the way through college, even in dental school, it was work, school. Not all of dental school, but some of dental school. Having the entrepreneur mindset to braid hair and to do like sew-ins and quick weaves and 27 pieces. Yeah, I did all of that. Crochet, you name it. I did all of that. In addition to having these fast food jobs, I worked, like I said, the hotel during college. I worked at a grocery store. I experienced it all. Working at Ross. I worked in a bunch of different places in order to make the dream come true, because that's what you have to do. Let me get my words together. I didn't set myself up to have, scholarships and things like that, because I didn't even know how to apply to college. I had to figure that out. But all of these things were in an effort to make the American dream come to life. That's what it was in an effort to do. Not knowing that there was a slim chance that it would come true. Coming from where I come from. Why? Because your time get locked the hell up. All your time get locked the hell up with work, bills, sleep. It's just the everyday routine. 1 to 2 days off, stressing over and over again. It creates a lot of sadness. It creates misery. It doesn't allow you to travel. It doesn't allow you to be the boss of your time. And that's what we want to break here tonight, guys. How do we become the boss of our time? And I don't know what's going on with my music, but it's not what we want to hear. It's not what I want to hear. Alright. So we want to break the mindset that says, okay, the American dream is what we once thought it was, because it is not, guys. It's not. It's not. We've been bamboozled. But that doesn't mean that life can't be wonderful, that we can't keep pushing. That doesn't mean that. It just means that it's going to look different in the path that you thought that you could get there with, such as working 9 to 5 every day till you're 70. If you're so lucky to be healthy at 70. I mean, if you're taking care of yourself all the way till you're 70, then you want to rest and retire. We want to break that mindset tonight. And I know I'm looking down, but I'm still trying to get this little thing out. I'm almost to 100 on Twitch. I can't believe I'm almost to 100 freaking followers on Twitch. That is bananas. I think I'm almost done. We're going to dig into it. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit that follow button. Come join the tribe. We growing over here. I am live every day. I don't have a set time. I have been thinking about 10 to 2, but I feel like I'm not going to be consistent with that, so I don't even want to lock myself into a time until I really get my schedule more realistically. As you guys can see, I struggle with the schedule, but I still show up now. I still show up to stream. I do it at bad times, but I'm going through a lot that I don't talk about on the stream. I'm going through a lot as an entrepreneur. Somebody lied when they said entrepreneurship is it's glamorized, but it's a lot of hard fucking work. It really is. It really, really is. But it's very rewarding if you are able to overcome the hard work, figure out your systems, get past that first couple 5 years. After the 5th year, you pretty much, you in there. You kind of in there. So I'm at year 3, the ending of year 3. So it's still very challenging. I didn't expect for dentistry. I don't know why I didn't expect for this journey as a dentalpreneur to be challenging, but it is very challenging. I think I just had so much optimism, so much hope, just ready to be a boss. I was thinking that I could just escape the 9 to 5, even as a doctor, because that can burn you out. Working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 as an associate, seeing 15, 20, 30 people a day, going so fast all day. That was just like a lot for me. And it's not how I wanted my dental career to be. I just didn't want to be rushed to do my craft. Which is why being a dentalpreneur opens so many doors. It's not easy, but would I go back to being a associate, or would I continue to do this path? I think I have to continue on this path. But also knowing that I'm multifaceted, and many of us are multifaceted people. We can do multiple things, especially if you want to be a boss. You can do it. If you want to change the dynamics of your life and not stress, you can do that. You can do whatever the hell you want. I know this taking a long time for me to do this, but I have to do what I'm doing on this side. Alright. Let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. Okay? Let's dig into it. So, have you ever felt like you're dying slowly behind a desk? I felt that before. I was working for the state of Florida as a disability examiner, and some people like this job, but for me, I did not enjoy sitting at the desk all day. It was just stressing me the hell out. I felt like I was in prison every day. I felt like literally I was doing a job that I thought was very lucrative. I was making maybe $34,000 a year when I graduated college from Florida State University, and I didn't apply to dental school right then because I didn't want to take any more tests. I didn't want to take the test to get into dental school. At this point, guys, I completely counted myself out of the dream. That's why I said the 9 to 5, the American dream is dead. You really kind of have to revive your dream, revive your passion. Otherwise, you'll get stuck working endless dead end jobs for decades and years instead of going to get a trade, something, instead of going to get that certification, instead of going back to school if that's your thing. If you know that you're going into a career where you're going to be able to make the money and make school make sense, and you not just going because your mama making you go and you wasting money, because there's so many other things you can do than waste your time and waste your youth and waste your money. We already wasted enough fucking time. Okay? So if you feel like you was dying behind that desk, baby, listen. That was me. I felt like I was dying at a desk, working at the for the state of Florida every day, to the point where I never had really enough money to thrive, because I was, during this time, the only provider in the home. So I was struggling, always stressing about fucking bills, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. I was like, damn, this job is not for me. I have to go study now. And at that moment, it was like an epiphany. I had given up on my dream. I didn't want to go and take this dental admissions test. I was intimidated of the test. I was intimidated of my future. So I thought, I'm going to stay comfortable, stay in this little whack ass relationship, and just settle. I started to settle because things that are around me were settling energy. And I ain't no fucking settler. No, I'm not. I didn't know I was needy back then, but this was before all of this awakening stuff. So here I was working this job, feeling like a prisoner, sitting behind a desk, being controlled by my boss, who was a stickler. He didn't play the radio. He wanted to do everything by the book. So I had one of the most strictest bosses in the building. So that really pushed me away from the job. But I feel like that was by design, because when you have a purpose, you might not even put yourself in a position to fulfill your purpose. Sometimes life propels you towards those positions where you have no choice but to realize what your true purpose is. And if you don't accept it, you will continue to have regrets. You will continue to wake up and hate your job. You will continue to walk into a prison every day with no chains, where you get to have a lunch break, where you get to clock out and go home because they trust that you're going to come back. And if you don't, they're going to discipline you. So I felt like this was not the place for me. Some people might love the desk job. They might love it. I was like, this is not the place for me. But that job helped me see a bigger vision. I was able to talk to doctors in some kind of way that gave me an insight to, medical records, and talking to professionals and communicating and talking to different, we call those claimees. But for me now, they would be patients. But I had that experience, even though I didn't enjoy it. I learned so much. I learned that this was not the damn job for me. I was good at it, but every time I had to get my caseload down because they gave you cases every Monday, so we had to keep our cases down, and you had to close a certain amount of cases. It was just draining. Like every week, the same thing, closing cases, and then I had to sit and talk on the phone a lot, and I did not like that part. My family will tell you I'm not really a phone person. I'm really not. But with dentistry, I have to be a phone person for the sake of my career. But outside of that, I wasn't a phone person. But this job would have me on the phone all day, talking to doctors, talking to this, trying to find records. It was just like you kind of get the point. I felt like I was truly dying. My dream was dying. I'm like, this isn't the American dream. Then I feel like, okay, I went to college, I graduated. I'm not going to be a doctor anymore. I'm just going to try this work life. And I did that, and it was like, what the hell is going on? This is not who I feel like I was put here to be. And I thought about my mom saying, you're going to be a doctor when you get older. But that wasn't enough at this point because I had counted myself out. After doing the pre-dental club, after finishing college with my science degree, after, you know, doing all of the things, doing all the community service and working the 2 to 3 jobs and working in the medical school. They had just got the medical school on Florida State campus, so I had work study hours. I was working with a doctor. I had all the things except one missing piece, and I allowed it to count me out of my dreams. That's how I know so many people have a purpose, but they get to a job where they get stuck, they get comfortable, and then they stop believing that they can do it because they feel like, let's think about some reasons. Oh, I'm too old to dream big. That's one of the main. I'm too old. I can't really take no tests. When you see the requirements, the prerequisites is what it's called. For any of the professions that you want to do, or even careers, there's prerequisites that you must do before you can even go to the next level. So I was like, okay, I have all of the prerequisites except this one thing, which is a test. A test where I had to commit to studying for weeks, give up my social life, not hang out, not go to the club, no traveling. I had to really say, hey guys, I'm taking this test. Leave me the hell alone because I got to study. And I didn't want to do that until I got this job, and I was like, oh, I thought that, me making 34,000 was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be balling. Coming from starting at $4 and some change at McDonald's at 16, and then I got my little hotel job. I was making like $8.50 an hour, so I was making more. Like I never got out to 9, even though I was smart as hell, running these people's hotel, being left alone, pulling doubles, triples. I was a college student. I took the little 850. Sometimes you get overtime, but I'm working. Holidays, working. Going to school, working overnight, just working. Thinking that I'm working towards the American dream, right? So, all of these things I did, but I didn't want to take this test. I didn't want to commit. I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. I didn't want to do this final piece. But at this job, feeling like I was going to prison, I knew that I had to. I was chasing a paycheck while my passion was gathering dust. And the longer I played around with my damn time, the longer I felt miserable in the spot that I was in. And I realized, damn, I'm not a tree. I got to do something. I have to do something different. And many of us get to this place where we feel the misery, we feel the discomfort, we feel the paycheck to paycheck energy, we feel like the dream is crumbling, but we still stay there. We don't try to get out, we stay there, we suffer, we stay there. And guess what? This makes you bitter. This makes you sad. This makes you angry. So when you run into those people in those places where they don't have the customer service, they don't even give a care, It's because they don't want to be there. It's easy to see they don't want to be there. They're not making enough to go home and chill out and taking a vacation. And they got people over their head trying to tell them what to do every second. You already know they try to act like they your master. They try to act like they your boss. They want to boss your whole life. Jobs a little different now. They want to boss not only the time you there, but the time when you ain't there. So the whole year, they're trying to control your life, tell you how many weeks you can take off, when you can take off. If it's no freedom anymore. A job is not meant to be that way. You're supposed to be in charge of your own time. Hey man, I'm not available. I have a family event, or I have this going on. That's going to be more important than the job. But guess what? The job say, hey, if you don't show up for this job, I don't give a damn what's going on with your family. You fired. People let that fear of getting fired, somebody control their time, make them stay and obey. And then they get stuck. And they don't like it. They don't speak up for themselves. They stay. They're not seeking a better opportunity. They stay. And they get stuck. They don't want to go get that trade. They get stuck. And we got to break this tonight, my Niji. We got to break this. Or today, tonight, whatever time you watch it, we got to break this shit right now. Okay? Okay? So the 9 to 5 is not the dream. I realized that. I was working at this 9 to 5 and I was like, well, actually it was an 8 to 5. Let's talk 8 to 5. So you got to be there up 7, 6 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for work. You got to get your kids ready for school, all of that. Be to work at 8 o'clock, and you can't be late. Especially when you have a boss like I had, because they go, hi, you 10 minutes late. You can't be late, and you got to stay till 5. And it's Monday through Friday. So during this time when I realized the 9 to 5 was not my dream, I said, you know what? Well, actually, there was another person working there who also had the dream to be a dentist. So we teamed up and we began to study. We began to study for the dental admissions test together. This was after me just denying it until I realized, you know what? It's either now or never. I gotta just take a chance. If I don't take a chance, even though the chances are slim to 0, then I will never know. And I will always wonder, damn, what if I would have did what I truly desired to do? And that's why I want to motivate you guys here tonight. What if you step out, take that risk, and do what you truly desire to do? What is the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen if you stand on business for your purpose and what you truly want to do? Just ask yourself this right now. What if I could do anything? If I could be anything, what would that be? Would it be what you're doing now? If you happy with what you're doing now, that is awesome. Most people ain't. But what would you do? What trade would you have? What skill would you have? What does your future look like if you, cause just say right now, if you let go of the fear, if you let go of the mindset of failing, if you let go of the risk involved, if you let go of, what's going to happen if you don't do it perfect, if you let go of all of the strings that are pulling you back from, sprinting towards your dream, how does that look? For me, it looked like, okay, this 9 to 5 ain't for me. Now I have to study after work. Now I gotta not only work the 8 to 5, but when I get off from the 8 to 5, I'm headed straight to the books to study. So I gotta study from like 6 to 2 a.m. Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I'm pretty much doing like a 16 to 20 hour study session, Saturday and Sunday. And you got to do this for 2 to 3 months. So when people call you, hey, what you hang? Hey, I can't hang out, I got to study. Hey, you want to go to Top Flight? Hey, I can't hang out, I got to study. Hey, you want to go to the cookout? Hey, I can't hang out, I got to study. That's when you know you serious about your shit. You serious about fulfilling your purpose. You serious about not letting the 9 to 5 steal your dream. That's when I realized, okay, I can't let this fucking job take my dream away because it's killing me on the inside. I have to complete the prerequisites to get to the next level. And everybody ain't gonna do that. Most people gonna be like, you know what? I don't feel like going to study. I don't feel like going to get this certification. I don't feel like going to do this. I don't feel like it. And they rather be miserable every day. Thank you for following Aladdin 2222. Okay? But the American dream was never for us. It wasn't. It just wasn't. They wanted to break down for us to get a job, buy a house, retire at 65. Who wants to wait until 65 to retire? Seeing a woman like you makes me so sad to live in New Zealand. What? What do you mean? What's wrong with New Zealand? What do you mean? Okay? And it doesn't match our reality anymore because of inflation, wage stagnation, burnout. If I wish I had a lot of big, gorgeous African women here. I'm not African though, but skinny white girls. Oh man. Sorry. I'm actually from Turtle Island, from Tamarica, America. Clap, clap. Alright? So today, many people feel stuck in a cycle of bills, exhausted after work with no energy for their dreams, and this was me. Sorry, I meant the genetics. I know you are American. Oh. Oh, thanks. So you guys don't have any melanated people in New Zealand? People are afraid to leave because they've been sold fear-based comfort. Y'all know what that is? Fear-based comfort. That means they want you to be comfortable in your fear. They want you to be comfortable working so hard and never being able to fulfill your dreams. But they're more like Indian looking. I know you are American, not of African descent, but they're more like Indian looking. So in America, the original people, the Indians are copper tone, like this color. And my tribe is the Choctaw, the Muskogee, the Creek, the Seminole, Appalachee, all of those tribes, the Mississippians, the true Indians of Turtle Island. Oh, you're saying in New Zealand, like the Hindustan people. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. Native American Indians. So yeah, I'm not Native American. So Native Americans are truly like from Asian descent. So Mongolian, Siberian. They're not the copper tone original people of America. Alright. So we got to get out of the fear-based comfort. We have to get out of that. How much is a job paying you to forget your dreams? How much are they going to pay you to forget your dreams, guys? How much do they have to pay you? Statistics from the Gallup poll. Hello. Hello. Statistics from the Gallup poll show that 87% of workers worldwide are disengaged, meaning they don't like their job. Do you guys like your jobs in New Zealand? 87% of people worldwide get into a place where they are comfortable living in fear. You hate your job. Most people do hate their job. Nearly 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 60%. I love my job, but they got rid of my job. What was your job? Megamind. What does Megamind mean? Jesus Christ. What was your job? That's what we're talking about. I used to hate my job too. But 87% of people worldwide are disengaged, meaning they don't like it. I used to hold a whip. I used to hold a whip in the field when a farm machine was acting up. What? It's fun. So confused, guys. Boy, y'all be with the shits on Kick. Oh, y'all be with the shits on Kick. But yeah, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Now it's probably going higher because Trump is doing a lot of crazy stuff. You got the tariffs. We don't know what's going on with that. What? Hold on, Joey. What you mean by that? What? Wait a minute. Are you trying to say some racist shit? What you mean? You bet I was inside of the house, not out on the field. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You trying to call me a slave? Oh, mama, you so intelligent. Football. I'm so confused. Oh, you're black. Oh, I'm like, what? Because you said I used to hold a whip in the field when a farm machine was acting up. And then you said, I bet you were inside the house, huh? I'm just confused. I'm like, wait a minute. You a house? What? See, this is why. Mm-mm. This is why colonization is so like evil. You have people like y'all who say shit like that, and you think it's cool. Like, what are you talking about? How could you tell who I am and who my ancestors were just because you look like? What are you talking about? What's your name? Bye bye. Why are you so defensive, Mama? I'm a strong black woman. I would change the belt on tractors. Y'all doing too much. I'm defensive because of what you said. What do you mean? Like, what? What are you talking about? We all be doing too much on Kick. I can't. I can't. Let's see here. Y'all do too much on Twitch. Y'all are the worst trolls ever on this bitch. Let's see. Me. Let's see. There you go. Now, who else do I have to block today? Joey shit, you're out of here. Joey piss, out of here. Who next? Cause y'all interrupted my shit. Bye bye. Who else I want to block? Bye bye. You gotta go to. Ben. Bye bye. Ben. Who's next? Who's next? Ben. Like what? All y'all just got blocked. All y'all blocked. I control my chat, bitch. What the fuck you talking about? Caveman. Stupid caveman. What's next? Nobody can see what you're saying. Let's see. Banned. Who next to get banned? Who's next? So all five of y'all just got banned. And as you can see, this is why people don't like to go live, because they're afraid of the trolls, guys. But see, I'm not afraid of the trolls. I just ban y'all ass. Ta-da. So back to what I was saying before the kick trolls, like y'all just such racist people on kick. Like as you can see, you gotta know who you are, my Niji. You gotta know who you are, because these people behind the keyboard, they would say stuff like that. They would show up stuff like that and try to push the colonized narrative, try to call you names like that, because they don't want you to be who you are. They get jealous of your melanin because they don't have it, and they ready to call you names because they think it hurts you when they don't even know who you are. They don't even know who you are. They just want to troll. But they don't stop shit, because I control this stream. Okay? You don't stop shit. And then when they see a Niji on here, melanated, beautiful, standing on business, they want to come and attack you. But you can't be afraid of that shit, because people gonna hate you, people gonna love you because they don't know you. And people who say things like what these lames said, they've been taught colonized history. You could tell the colonizer by the way they talk. You could tell the colonizer by the evilness that they speak into the atmosphere. But you can't never let that shit break you. I'm not the little kid where I used to think, oh, my ancestors were slaves. Not. Wrong. Chiefess. Wrong one. Okay? You got the wrong one. This is why it is so important, my Niji, to stand on business about who you are, because people will try to tell you who you are and they'll never met you. This is what colonization does. It'll have people calling you names to try to trigger you, to get you angry, because they think you identify as that. This is why claiming who you truly are, being a Niji, is so empowering. It is so empowering, because people gonna come and try you every day. So a lot of people, they won't go live because you already know the trolls pulling up. They gonna get you off. They gonna get you distracted from your shit. But see me, you don't control my chat, bitch. Block queen. Block queen. Not afraid of the end. What? Ignorance. Ignorance. Okay? Just ignorance. So when you want to go live and you worried about the trolls, don't worry about their ass. Be ready to block. Especially on Kick, because people on Kick, racist. You can see it right here on the lot. They just racist. They don't like to see a Niji. They don't like to see a copper tone melanated indigenous person in their real identity. Then they want to try to come with the insults. Those insults are so fucking dead right now. Like, you think I hate my melanin? You think I hate my defense system? You think I hate it? No, bitch, I love it. You're just jealous because you don't have it. So you want to say little racial slurs because you think you know who I am. But the thing about it is, it's impossible for people to tell you who you are. Don't ever let the enemy tell you who you are, my Niji. This is why we having an issue today. People feeling down, feeling like they can't have a better life because you stuck in a false identity. I'm not her. Okay? So don't ever let people... No. I control my chat, bitch. The fuck? So before I got rudely interrupted with my Kick trolls, every time I go live, and now that I'm getting more followers, the trolls on Kick, they are so racist. You just see 4 or 5 of them racist. They don't like for you to know who you are. They don't like for you to stand on business with who you are. They don't have any positivity to contribute. They just like to come and start shit. They like to come and cosplay. Oh, you don't know me from a can of paint, bruh. You wouldn't dare say that shit in person. This is some keyboard thugs. Okay? Keyboard thugs. Like, what? Back to what I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted. Rudely interrupted. Not in the mood. I'm gonna block like 20 people on Kick. I really want to go see how many people I blocked, but I'm getting off track from what I was talking about. So we talked about 87% of workers being disengaged from their job around the world, right? And 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, being afraid to step out of that comfort zone because they're stuck in fear. Okay? So just ask yourself, would you rather work 40 hours a week for 40 years or hustle hard for 4 years and retire early on your terms? How could that be possible? Well, if you become an entrepreneur, if you become an owner, you can make $1 million so quick. If you start to own your time, get back to your purpose, get back to your dream, watch how quick you elevate versus 40 years, same pay, not being happy, and then by the time you're 60 and 70, hopefully you're good enough to enjoy your time. But then it's like that's not promised. So I'm all about trying to make the best decision for your life, trying to get back in tune with your purpose earlier. Don't wait for it. Don't be afraid of it. Okay? Don't be afraid of it. So these are 10 ways you can make money without really having a whole bunch of startup cash. Number 1, YouTube content creation. You can talk, you can teach, you can vlog, you can stream, and then you can monetize with ads, sponsorships, and affiliate links. So many people have blew up on YouTube, and they use YouTube as a continuous stream. Now, I will tell you guys, you got to get the Beyonce effect when you want to stream, and you see how these trolls be acting. Don't be afraid of them thugs, internet thugs. When you want to stream, you want to make videos, you will be subject to the public eye, to racism, to people who don't have nothing in their brain but a pea brain. You'll be subject to these trolls. All right, but don't let that stop you from creating the content and being who you are. We got to get the Beyonce effect, meaning we don't see the haters. Like, I'm still getting you. I'm still working on my just ignoring, but I'm like, what the, I'm still working on it. I got to get better with that. Just ignoring them. And you see how I have certain words restricted in my chat, so they'll try to put the other ways. So I'm about to go and block those ways too. So now you're going to have to be real creative when you come up in here. You got to be real creative. And it's so crazy how people who call the melanated first original people, they want to call you a monkey. Lucy is not my ancestor. I'm sorry. Don't try to give me your ancestors, bro. So the people who say that, they want to put their history on you. That is not my ancestor. I don't have Neanderthal in my lineage. Y'all gotta stop that shit. We too smart for that shit now. Like, just stop it. Stupid. You see, it don't make sense. People just pull up because they jealous. They can't stand your aura. When they look at you, they see that melanin, they can't stand it, so they automatically gotta put you in the nigga category. Because that's what they did. That might be Christopher Columbus' granddaddy. Christopher Columbus' grandson. Those are niggas who talk like that. Those are the ones who talk like that. They don't want you to know who you are. They want to try to trick you out your spot, insult you to the max, think that it's gonna bother you. It don't work that way no more. We don't believe in the pseudo history no more. You gotta catch up. Like, catch the fuck up. Okay? So number two, freelance writing or editing, like Fiverr and Upwork. Get paid for writing, editing, or social media management. So many content creators are coming out now, so you can easily be one of the people who clips their content or creates art or does blog writing. So many different things that you can do. Managing a social media schedule, but you really have to love doing computer techie stuff and also just being creative. Number three, print on demand. So for t-shirts, journals, you can use Canva, Redbubble, or Teespring to start creating your design and then having it print on demand. Okay? Another thing is day trading. But first, if you're going to do day trading, there is risk involved. I will use simulators first, but day trading is a hack. But you can practice with day trading with a dummy account, and then once you get better, you can go for the big bucks. But now, with this economy, with the climate of the economy, it's a little shaky, so you have to be careful doing day trading. But that is another way to really be wealthier faster. But there is a learning curve with that. These are just ideas. TikTok, Creator Fund, affiliate products. I don't know the affiliate market with TikTok. I don't know if it's oversaturated right now, but maybe it's not. So that's another source of income. Number six, selling digital products like ebooks, guides, Notion templates, dental cheat sheets. Well, I don't know about the dental cheat sheets, but just getting into the digital product market. This is something that you can create on Canva, upload it, and you don't have to print it. You don't have to worry about shipping. You just, it's an ebook or non-physical product. Number seven, podcasting with listener support like Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. You want to build a tribe and monetize your authenticity. It's kind of like what I'm doing now. Building a tribe, sharing my thoughts, and, being authentic and sharing my story. Number eight, voiceover work. Use your voice to narrate audiobooks or commercials or just getting into the reel game. People are making money on Facebook from reels. These jobs, these different little careers, I want to say little careers, but these different new careers, they definitely require consistency and hard work and just showing up. It's not going to be easy. You still have to show up. You still got to face the trolls because they going to be coming for you. And you already know the first insult they going to say every time. They love to get behind a keyboard and say those words because they feel like this is a trigger. They feel like, you see, they got to go the same shit every time. Try something new. Just try something new. Stop calling people what you are. Like, just stop it. We passed that shit. Like, y'all gotta catch up. Are y'all not watching the news? You're not seeing the movement? You don't know what a Niji is? Ignorance. Okay? Two other things. Number 9 is online tutoring or being a coach. Teaching what you know. No degree is required. There's so many coaches now teaching their skills, what they know, whether it can be a coach baking, it can be a coach making candles, it can be a coach doing hair, a coach doing lashes, whatever your skill is, you can teach it and monetize it. And then number 10, you can sell stuff or flip stuff on marketplaces like eBay and turn your clutter into cash. So there's always options. Content creation is really big right now, but with content creation, I feel like people don't do it because they're afraid of what people are going to say. They're afraid of the trolls. They're afraid of people around the world who have different opinions. And you just have to do it. Don't be afraid of shit. Don't shrink yourself for shit. Let these ghetto people come out here and show themselves. Because what? Let them show themselves. And they'll be quick to call you defensive. Yeah, you right, motherfucker. I am defensive. Okay? You won't be coming on my stream with that shit. You getting blocked? Or I'm probably gonna cuss you out. Like what? Yeah. Alright, the last part of this is the psychological trap of the 9 to 5. Okay, what do I mean by that? The psychological trap of the 9 to 5. This is when routine becomes a mental prison when you ignore your inner calling. So you get stuck in a routine, it feels like a prison, and you ignore what you're truly called to do. When I told you guys about me working for the state, being in this job, not wanting to study for the test, and then having that inner calling, like if you don't study for this test, you're going to be stuck in this situation, stuck feeling like you're in a prison for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And that feeling that I had, I didn't want to live with that feeling. I was like, if I have to try. If I don't do nothing else, I have to try this route because I didn't know another way. I didn't know about day trading. I didn't know no other way besides what I had in my head. I didn't know any other way to escape the situation that I was in, being a college graduate at a job I didn't like, getting paid $18 an hour, and still feeling like this is not enough. Like I need another job. Like I need a second job. It wasn't enough. So that pushed me out of that prison into a place of discomfort where I had to give it a second chance. So if this is you and you feeling like you in a mental prison and you can't get out and your inner calling, it won't leave you alone. You got to do something about it. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid to show the world, your creation, the business idea. Go ahead and start it. Get your first customer and watch how it grows. Go ahead and start that YouTube channel. Go ahead and start it. You don't have to be perfect. Turn the camera on and just go. Your voice is valid. You just got to turn it on and go. So comfort is addictive, but it doesn't mean that you are safe. Just because you're comfortable does not mean that your spirit is truly happy and safe. You might be getting comfortable in fear, training your brain to be okay with a response that isn't truly who you are. Don't keep giving up on yourself, guys. Every day that you trade your time for money without alignment, you pay a spiritual price for that. Every day that you clock in to these people who believe that you're nothing, they believe that you're something that you're not, they've been trying to hate you, they've been trying to throw slanders, because this is ignorance at its finest. Never fall for the bullshit. Okay? You do not want to trade your time for money and get out of alignment with who you are. There's a spiritual price that you pay for that. Okay? And if money wasn't real, what would you be doing right now? Money was created 1700s. I think it's 1776 or something. So before then, people didn't rely on that. They bartered. They traded. They had their own currency. Now we rely on a foreign immigrant face currency. The Niji, that is. So we have to decolonize our mind from thinking that the 9 to 5 is the American dream, because it's not. The true American dream is what you can create. Be a creator. Okay, guys? And remember, the world needs your gift. You weren't just born to pay bills and die. None of us were. We weren't born for this. You're born to be happy. You were born to light up the world, man. You were born to light up the world. You were born to let people know the truth, who you truly are. Yes, you're going to get some flack. Yes, you're going to get some haters. Yes, you're going to get people who try to tear you down. They're going to want to judge you, but they wouldn't do what you do. They can't do what you do because they're not you. You know? And that's it. So like I said, guys, I'm not going to be on here for longer than an hour tonight because I have a busy schedule tomorrow. But the 9 to 5, the American dream is dead. The American dream is a lie. It is built on a system that makes you feel like you an NIGGA. They want to be able to slander you, talk to you any kind of way, talk shit to you, tell you to get back to work, do all this. Listen, we ain't taking that shit. You don't have to take that. You are beautiful just the way you are. We don't have nothing to prove to nobody but yourself. That's why I love the one power that nobody can take from me is that I did my genealogy. I say that probably every podcast. My genealogy, connecting me to my people. It's nothing more powerful than that. It's nothing more powerful than understanding our true heritage, our true culture. The Mississippians. I just found out today about, what is it, Nigga Hill. They changed it to Black Hill. It is a mountain cave system in Lenexa. Covered up, guys. Covered up. Mining companies are there now, taking all the gold. But it was originally Nigga Hill. So it's so much shit that we are uncovering as Niji. It's so many things that we're uncovering, and it got the world in a hot seat. We on the global stage, my friends. The global stage. And ain't nothing they can do to stop it. The little slurs you say won't stop shit. The pseudo history is getting debunked every day. You know, they want you to be so out of love with who you are in your skin because they can't stand who you are. I love the shit out of my skin. Melanin is in. Okay? It's in. So don't be mad. Don't be no hater. Because we woke up like this. Don't be a hater. Because I woke up like this. Alright? As a little girl, I used to feel like the colonized history and these words just make you feel like a self-hate for yourself. This is why I need y'all to wake up. We don't have no reason to dislike ourselves. No reason to not know who our ancestors are. No reason. People gonna talk about you to the day you leave the earth. They just are. They gonna hate on you. They gonna judge you. They just are. That's just the nature of evilness. Which is why being positive, standing on business about who you are, knowing who you are, not knowing what the colonizers tell you, not know. You see how people can come and try to tell you who you are, and then if you believe them, you the ignorant fool. I can never let the enemy tell me who I am again, because you see how they say it with such authority. They just want to, pipe the hell down. And where did you come from? Because you're not American. You're an immigrant talking shit on soil that's not yours. Trying to give me a name like Lucy was my ancestor. And Lucy is not my ancestor. Like, stop. We gotta stop with the lies, guys. I know y'all want us to be stupid and ignorant, but we reading. We getting doctoral degrees, master's degrees, bachelor's degrees. Like, stop the bullshit. Stop hating on the Niji. Don't be mad. Do we go around telling you who you are and who your ancestors is? And do you brag about who your ancestors are? Do you brag about your original culture? Do people gotta learn how to mind their own business? Okay? You gotta mind your own business. They can't stand it. They can't stand when you let your little light shine. Baby, get you some sunglasses. Because we ain't going nowhere. We're not going to be quiet. No. I represent the Niji, and you can't stop. Shh. period. And I have to be defensive because what? Who y'all? You think you're gonna come on my stream and talk shit? Not happening. That's called gaslighting. Try to say some shit and then don't want nobody to say something. What do I look like? Wrong one. So people have so much disrespect, so much evil in their heart. They want to come and try to tell you you are. You could just keep strolling, my friends. Stroll along, move the hell along. Nobody asks you for your input. That's how trolls do. That's how colonizers do. They give input where it's not needed, not wanted, and it don't enhance who I am. It go one ear out the other. Okay? So yeah. Don't believe in the American dream. As you can see, it's full of shit. It's full of shit. Now, my question before I get off of here is, what is your purpose? Are you walking in your purpose? Maybe you love your job. Some people might love their job. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who feel like they're walking into a prison every time they clock in. That's who I'm talking to. And I'm talking to my niche. I'm not really talking to trolls. And that's one thing about streaming that I have to learn how to do is just ignore the trolls. I'm getting there. I still pop off. That's the Florida in me. I'm still probably gonna pop off on your ass. I'm growing still. I block fast, but sometimes I don't block fast enough. Like you see today, I had 5 trolls at one time. The trolls was popping out of nowhere. 5 trolls at one time. So I have to get used to that as a streamer, because they come in every time, especially with Kick. If you stream on Kick, just know they got racist people on Kick. They do. I don't know why y'all following me. Like, don't follow me if you racist. Don't even waste your time, because I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you. Ban you, actually. Cease the chat, ban your ass. Because I don't want YouTube, y'all writing all this stuff. You messing up my algorithms, bro. Like, the fuck? Okay, we're gonna get off of that. Moving right along. So, yeah, guys. That is our stream for tonight. Thank y'all for joining me, my Niji. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Don't let these jobs stress you out. Get out while you can. Start that YouTube channel. Stop being afraid. Love who you are. Know who you are. And don't let nobody, I mean nobody, whatever you feel you identify as, don't let nobody trick you out of your spot. Do your research and keep rising above the BS. Keep rising above it. Okay? This is not the 1700s, the 1800s, all of that shit. These keyboard thugs don't mean nothing, man. They don't mean nothing. Alright? They don't mean nothing. So you're not lazy. You're not lazy, okay? You're uninspired, overworked, and underlived. And I think I'm gonna leave y'all with that. You're uninspired. So find some inspiration, whatever that is. If you uninspired, maybe because you're in a false identity, you think you're something you're not. You're not lazy, you're just uninspired. Get back re-inspired. Stop letting this news take you down. Stop letting all the things that's going on with Trump take you down. Stop letting the pessimism take you down. Stop letting that racist boss mess up your vibes. Stop allowing it. Stop overworking for a job that don't care. If you leave tomorrow, they're going to find a replacement tomorrow. Take your vacation and tell them, you know what? I'm gone. And if the job isn't here when I get back, I guess I have to find a better opportunity. Well, I don't know. Make sure you always seek a better opportunity before you do that move. But, you know, if they doing that, playing with you for real, it's time to move on. Or, you're not lazy, you're underlived, so you're not living enough. I find myself not living enough these days and overworking, so I'm definitely looking for more balance, looking for more spiritual alignment, and also just constantly seeking to fulfill my inner calling, whatever that is, and standing bold in a world that needs my gift. Okay? So the world needs your gift, my Niji. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of these trolls. Y'all gotta excuse me tonight. Them trolls gonna piss me off. But I'm gonna get better by the end of this consistency challenge. Hopefully I'll be able to ignore trolls, continue to ban these words. But they get creative. They don't understand why they be typing these words and they won't come up because I got them banned. I got the words banned, so they'll try to say other slurs. Like, I'm about to ban any form of words I don't like. They're getting banned. Yeah. So I'm out of here, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. This is Dr. Cheapest Sunflower. Don't get it twisted. I'm Niji. Don't get it twisted. I don't have to prove none of y'all, but I represent for the Niji. My tribe ain't here yet, but they coming. They gonna be on y'all ass, showing up talking shit to me. Okay. All right. So be kind. Kindness is missing in the world. Dang, my fan is dead. So just be kind and don't think about it too much. I'm getting off of here. Peace out. Peace out, my Niji.